A key day for the markets today, one that everyone's been waiting for, with decisions, rate decisions on the European side, and of course Bernanke and Obama is speaking on the American side today. What do you make on what's playing out in the markets? We see a mixed picture when it comes to what happened in Asia this morning and now what's happening in South Africa and Europe.
Yeah, very mixed bag in Asia this morning. I think it is mainly based on the fact that there's expected Chinese hikes again in their rates that side, and also the Australian employment numbers disappointed and rose unexpectedly for the second month running in August. So there was also lots of confusion there and a lot of disappointment in Asia. And what our markets are waiting for right now is for 1:30 p.m. this afternoon, when the ECB and the BOE, Bank of England, will announce whether they will raise or keep rates the same. I think the market expectation is that rates will stay the same going forward, but as you mentioned, we do expect them to be hiking a lot sooner than initially anticipated. I think also, there's a lot of going on in the European markets at the moment. Greece is still in a bit of problems there, and I think what the sentiment that we'll get from the governors of those reserve banks in Europe and as well as in England, is the sentiment that we're looking for from them. What are they looking at going forward? What are the issues that they're still dealing with? I mean, as you mentioned earlier,
and whether they are able to agree on a plan going forward, because that has been the biggest problem.
Absolutely. As you mentioned earlier, Germany got the go-ahead from the Constitutional Court to actually help in the bailouts of the European zone. So, but that hasn't had much of an impact on the market. We haven't seen that. If anything, we've seen a slight bit of a pullback. But also, as you mentioned, there is the President Obama and Ben Bernanke speech later on this afternoon, which I think is more critical. Last week's job numbers from the United States disappointed so much, and so therefore we're looking and hoping that something will come out from the speech today as to how are they going to create jobs. There's a $300 billion plan that they're going to put in place, and the markets just want to see, will there be some kind of stimulus coming out from them, and will it be sustainable also?
Yeah.
So, very big day today.
And many questioning how we're going to create jobs back here in South Africa with the slow growth we're seeing to date. But let's just take the conversation back to the equity market and what we're seeing playing out on stocks listed here. Sanlam rallying 2.7%. Investors taking well to the interim results released today, 30% rise there in headline earnings, 109.6 cents per share. A cautious full year outlook though, given what's playing out on global markets. What did you take from the numbers for the first half?
Yeah, quality company showing quality results there. I think, they've been rewarded very nicely today. It is an up day, and they're about 2.6% up for the day, the last time I checked. But yes, 11% up in insurance, life insurance, which we know is a very fickle industry, in the sense that, in terms of strife, people pull out from their life policies. So that's up 11%, 72% up in the asset management net inflows, which is also a very good showing. And they're also increasing their exposure in India by 26%, so paying about 1.9 billion rands there. But they're also a very cash-rich company, Sanlam, sitting on a lot of cash, so they've got the scope to go and do that kind of expansion. So very well received by the market and very well liked. And, going forward, they also mentioned plans about going into the rest of Africa. Mozambique next year is coming on board. So, I think it was very, very good showing for Sanlam.
Talking about Africa, there are concerns about what's going to happen to Impala Platinum's Zimplats mine. Many saying now that it might lose its license. That stock is trading down by 2.5% when I last checked. And now this is obviously a strategic and a very important mine for the company. A turnover of $527 million for the full year. That was a 30% rise there. I'm sure David Brown is in crisis management mode, but no word from Impala Platinum.
No word yet, and I think the market, is pulling back quite strongly from the share, down by 2.3% the last time I checked. So, I think it's just a precarious position there. 11 companies have been, Zimbabwe has threatened to take the licenses from 11 companies, including Zimplats there. Implats owns about 87% of Zimplats, and it's a very, very strategic company to Implats, especially as far as their long-term growth. So So it's a long-term growth blow this to Implats, and market not liking it at all, and we want some clarity from management there as to what is happening there, rather than trading on rumors. So I think as the day unfolds, we'll perhaps see the stock lose a lot more ground.
Lastly, in Ntombenhle, a rebalancing of the indices next week. Which stocks are in and which stocks are out?
Yes, next week after futures closeout, we will see Woolworths joining the top 40 index, which is a very good day for Woolworths today. They'll be joining next week Thursday after market close. And unfortunately, we'll be seeing Rainnet, which is unbundled from Richmond and Ramgro about 3 years ago. So that will be coming out. It's an investment holding company. And also, interestingly, in the Industrial 25, we'll be seeing Life Healthcare company coming in there. However, PPC company is coming out. PPC stock is coming out of the Industrial 25, which is very interesting. It just shows where we are in the economic cycle, that more defensive, far more defensive stocks such as Life Healthcare will come into the industry and into the index and have more weighting there.